Canelo, Berlanga, post-fight thoughts. Let's go.
Push the weight and no flex. Flex the live is one in the six. Fit the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronze on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Fight just ended, and these are my thoughts. Didn't turn out the way a lot of people thought it was going to turn out. Let me explain. First and foremost, Canelo was obviously the favorite to win. Okay, the way he was picked to win didn't work out for a lot of people. A lot of people picked him to stop Edgar Berlanga, maybe 5 rounds in, 6 rounds in. They thought the experience would show early, and Berlanga, who, he's been known to make some mistakes and have some mental collapses. They thought that would show its face, and it would be, his demise for the night. On the other side, people that picked Berlanga thought that the youth would play in, and whereas normally the championship rounds would go into the more experienced fighter, Berlanga would still be around and his power would carry through, and he might wear down Canelo and we get an upset. We didn't get that. Canelo won the fight. Didn't win the way people thought. A lot of people picked Canelo by knockout. It didn't happen. He dropped Edgar with a beautiful left hook. I think that was round 3, and Edgar got up. He banged his gloves together. He's like, man, that was just a lapse of focus right there. But what's important was he got up off the floor and he rebounded, and he did the best he could. Let me say this about Edgar Berlanga: he has absolutely nothing to hang his head over. Absolutely nothing. All right. And for those of you that are trying to get your memes ready and talk trash about him, you can't do that. You can't do that. I believe he had a better outing against Canelo than Munguia did. I believe he had a way better outing than Jermell Charlo. Edgar Berlanga surprised me in a lot of spots. I mean, Canelo, although he gets on my nerves for his business moves as of late, never said he was trash in the ring. But Edgar, he did fight a disciplined fight. He did the best he could. He worked the jab. Did he show a second gear? Not ready to say that. He knew how to survive in that ring. He knew how to avoid what was coming. Canelo was well scouted. The thing is, you can well scout Canelo, but you have to be able to execute. Props to Edgar's corner. They did have a game plan, and they tried to execute it. It's just that, Canelo tonight was just better. But I am very, very proud of the effort that Berlanga put in. He didn't show up to lay down, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you guys to understand how important that is. I want you guys to think back. Jaime Munguia did the best he could with the tools he had. In my mind, I really did think that Jermell Charlo had physical tools and the technical ability to give Canelo trouble, and he didn't throw a punch in that fight. So when you look at Jaime Munguia, who just said, F it, I'm just going to go out there and attack. Well, that didn't work. And I know Berlanga said he would do the same thing and stop him in the 6th round. I didn't take that serious. I'm like, okay, he just wants to put that out. But, he's going to box this guy. And he tried. He tried. It was a unanimous decision. I forgot what round I did give Edgar. His chin kept him in the fight. I know he got flash knocked down, but he rebounded. His power, Canelo was very, 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 very cognizant of his power. And it's just difficult to hit Canelo in the head clean. It's just difficult. I was saying leading up to the fight, he needs to abandon ship. Don't hit him in the head. Hit him in the shoulder. Touch him. Knock him off balance. Do that. Canelo did the smart thing later in the fight. He started punching Edgar in the arms to try and bring the arms down. I think he started that late in the fight, though. But Edgar's a big, strong young man at this weight class. He's not done. There was some, fugazi tactics in there. There was a part where he led with his head. I mean, it was blatant, led with his head. And when the ref, when Harvey Dock went to stop him off the break, Canelo hit Edgar. It was a dirty tactic for dirty tactic. All's fair in love and war. I get it. But Edgar Berlanga has nothing to hang his head about. He did better than Jermell Charlo. I think he did better than Jaime Munguia. Canelo at the end of the fight. First of all, they showed each other the utmost respect. That's always good to see. He says, "Hey man, they say I don't fight young fighters." I mean, Canelo, come on, man. Come on, I'm not even gonna go there with you, man. Everyone wants to see one fight. You're not giving it to us. I already know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know what fight we want to see. Are we going to see it? I don't know. Maybe he'll wait till, if David Benavidez looks subpar in his next fight at 175, then he'll say, okay, come down to 168 and don't rehydrate past 169 on fight night. Maybe he'll do one of those things. And I think David will do it. He'll do it. But understand, that's the same move he did. And I'm just going to digress on this for a minute. That's the same thing he did with Dimitri Bivol. The fight before Canelo, Dimitri didn't look too well. Then Canelo said, okay, I'm going to come up there, pad my legacy. I'm going to fight Bivol, snatch that belt. He didn't go up to fight General Zod, a.k.a. Artur Beterbiev. He said, Bivol, least likely I'll get knocked out. He can't crack like that. And surprise, surprise, he outboxed Canelo. So I know Edgar, he watched that fight and so it gave Canelo troubles. But the problem is you can have similar physical attributes and the tools you need to execute to a win. But if you don't have the same talent and the same eye and the same IQ and the same reflexes, you just can't. And I don't think Edgar's there yet. Although, because there was one point, when he had the bite in the ring, I said, oh man, it's over. I didn't have any faith in him. I said, I think this is him. He's reached the pinnacle, and I don't like things like that. But tonight, what he showed me, well, the few fights after that, he was reprimanded, and he started boxing again, and he needed all the boxing skills he could muster up, and I think he showed it tonight. So he didn't embarrass himself like, let's say, a Jermell Charlo, because that was embarrassing. All right, and he's a different fighter from Jaime Munguia. As a matter of fact, that's the fight I'd like to see next. That's a fight I wanted to see about 2 years ago, Berlanga versus Munguia, but things are what they are. And I think that's a good fight for both of them. And it's still Puerto Rico versus Mexico, so come on with it. But I'm not disappointed. Actually, the whole event was really good. I'm not even going to hold you. The whole event was really good. Berlanga, salute to you. It's a New York thing, nothing to be ashamed of. You did your thing, and let's see what you got next, man. But both fighters are safe, and Canelo wins again. And what he does next is what the boxing public holds him accountable to do or not do, and that's a whole nother conversation. So salute to Berlanga, man. You did well, kid. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Bronx on deck.
Move!